All right, so we're going to work on this assignment, which is multiplying radical expressions. Multiplying radical expressions. So the radical expression here is the square root of 2. And as you see, it's in parentheses, and then it's square. So I'm going to give you a hint. This is the square root. But by doing this, this cancels out this. So you're left with 2. That's just a quick way of looking at it. But so the answer for this one would be simply 2, because the squaring of the square root cancels each other out. That's right. Okay. So let's do this. This is interesting because the index here and the index here are both 2. Whenever you see a square root, there's really a 2 here. You don't see it, but there's really a 2. So just imagine that there's a 2 there. Okay? So both of them have the same index. And now the radicand is the part here in green. That's the radicand. That's the radicand. All right, so since the index is the same, we can multiply the radicand. So that would be 2 times 5. So now we're looking at 10. Now it says to write your answer in simplest form. Write your answer in simplest form. So I'm going to, if you remember, we're going to break this down into prime factors. So that would be 2, which is a prime number, times 5, which is a prime number. We can't break that down any further. So that is going to be the simplest form. That is going to be the simplest form. So we'll do this. And that's going to be our answer. Okay. Oh, here we go. It's another one where the square root is being squared. So they just cancel each other out, like I said before. I'm just going to show you. This squaring cancels out the square root. So we're just left with that number, which is your answer. Okay, now these both have the same index and the same index. So all we need to do is multiply the two and then type them in simplest form. So 3 times the square root of 15. Okay, so if I multiply those together, that's going to be 45. All right, so now we have to do the square. We have to put it in simplest form, right? Simplest form. All right, so that's going to be 5, which is a prime number, times 9, right? 9, when we break that down, it's going to be 3 and 3. So now we have square root of 5 times 3 times 3. Now we're going to look for the twins. So these are the twins. And the twins are going to go out in front. So now the twins go out in front and they become one number, 3. And what's left after we got rid of the twins? What's left? That's right. The only thing left under there is the 5. So now we have 3 times the square root of 5. So 3 times the square root of 5. And let's see if that's correct. That is correct. So let's do this. So let's work through this one, okay? So we have 15, the square root of 15 times the square root of 5. All right, so let's write it over here. Square root of 15 times the square root of 5. Now, first thing we have to do is they both have the same index. So now all we have to do is multiply the radicands. So let's do that very quickly. 15 times 5. So as you see, the answer is 75. So 15 times 5 is 75. So since we've done that, 15 times 5, so now we need to put the answer in simplest form. All right, so let's break this down into simplest form. That's going to be 5 times 15. Well, oops, let me do that again. 15 is not a prime number, so that's going to be 3 and 5. So now we have 5, 5, and 3. These are the twins. Twins go out in front. So these two twins become 1, 5, radical sign 3. So we can do that same process with all the rest of the problems that you're looking at. So if you do that, you're going to do very well on multiplying radical expressions.